Well, it's been, I don't know, 8 years, give or take. Really my whole life, but especially 8 years ago is when I started to really go downhill in terms of my gut health and overall just physical health. Um, I I don't really need to get into the why, but just poor decisions, putting things in my body that obviously weren't supporting my well-being on many levels. So I've been suffering as a result for a long time, for like especially the past 6 years, I want to say. Solid 6 years. Really a lot of symptoms, and they've only been getting worse and worse gradually. Ups and downs, actually. I've tried to address them a little bit, but never really eliminating other things that, were directly impacting my health. For example, coffee. Um, I did quit alcohol over a year ago, and cigarettes. Although this particular problem, I don't think was really affected by cigarettes too much. But whatever. The point is, okay, after years and years of suffering, of profound suffering, and a few months ago, I was hospitalized because I had a gut infection, and I had to go on antibiotics. So it's very clear, and there are many, many more symptoms, some that are present every single moment of the day, some that come and go, some that get worse throughout the day, or depending on what I eat or what I'm doing, some that come and go every weeks or months, depending on my way of life, I guess, my habits. And my habits have been really poor, if I'm being honest. And one thing that I understand is, for example, if you just get sugar cravings like crazy, yeah, there's something, in your mind affecting the craving, but your gut is your mind as well. And your gut is very much tied to drive and urges, and if you're craving something like sugar, for example. And so that's really tied in with what bacteria you have and the ecosystem that you currently have in your gut. That's my understanding. So, if I have an imbalance, which there is no doubt I have a really bad imbalance in my gut right now, then if that's the case, then I have cravings towards things that if I was healthier physically, I would actually tend to be healthier and have healthier habits, generally speaking. So anyway, all that to say, after a long time of this suffering, and a lot of like also emotional like there's a lot of it's very emotionally charged, okay? And for like a year, I felt a lot of randomly, like I would think about healing my gut, taking, going all in and saying like enough is enough. I'm gonna quit coffee. I'm gonna, change this, like completely cut this out and do a elimination diet and all this shit. And when I would think of this, or when I found myself in the hospital, or when I was like, a feeling of like rock bottom, and a feeling of like something would come up in my feed talking about healing your gut or whatever, I would feel there, it felt like I was going to burst into tears in that moment. And that I didn't for a long time, for like, I want to say over a year. I would get these moments of like, and it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to cry right now, I'm going to hold it in. It was very subconscious. It was like the feeling would be there, but it would hit a wall and nothing would happen. I wouldn't cry. I would just feel it very intensely, and then it would like kind of stop and go back in, I guess. But finally, for like, I don't know, the past, 2 weeks or so, I've been finally releasing a lot of this, and I'm at the end of it, man. Like, I can't handle this shit anymore. I not the crying. So I have been crying, not so much past couple of days, but very intensely. Actually, I had an experience where, like a week ago or something like that, I came home and I sat down to meditate, and I was feeling very sad. I think I was thinking about, man, I'd have to check my, I'd have to check my journal, but I think I was thinking about this, like wanting to heal my gut and feeling stuck and like, like it's not easy, and it's this endless rabbit hole of like trying things and nothing's ever going to change, and wanting to quit coffee but not being able to because I enjoy it, and also having like really intense urges to, after I eat food, I go get any kind of sugar. I need sugar, and I just feel hopeless. And so I was sitting down trying to like meditate, and then I just started like holding myself, and it started raining a little bit, and then I started crying. And I swear, the harder I cried, and this was the hardest I've cried in years, and the harder I cried, the louder and harder the rain was hitting the window, and it was like storming harder and harder as I was crying louder and louder. And then after like 15 minutes of straight bawling, I stopped. I was done, and it stopped raining like at the same time. So that was interesting. But anyway, I know I feel like I'm getting somewhere, but I keep forgetting something. I'm trying to get to the point. The point is, I've decided I'm gonna do it. I'm healing my gut. After that night, that day where I bawled my fucking heart out, I think that was it. The next day, I had no more coffee. Or either I had like literally just enough coffee beans to make 1 cup of coffee, and that was like my last coffee cup. And that was like, okay, now it's time to do this detoxification protocol and heal my leaky gut and clean this shit out, give my body a chance, get my energy back up. After I quit coffee, my energy was oh my god. But now we're doing a little bit better, okay? It's been like 3-4 days, I think, maybe, probably not even 3 days, maybe. So doing a lot better. I'm sitting down, doing research, making a list on all the things I'm buying, and I know it's not all about what I'm buying. It's these cleansing things to help clean out and flush and all that, and um, but it's not all about that. It actually, none of that matters if I'm not also eliminating the shit that's like beating the shit out of my gut at the same time. So I'm getting rid of the ass whipping that I've been giving myself for the past lifetime, past my whole life, including coffee, including like fast food, all that shit. Okay, so I'm getting rid of the stuff. Then I'm detoxing, and then so detoxing, getting rid of that, and then I'm going to introduce things like rebuild my gut microbiome and all that. So there's a few steps, but they can be whatever. So it was sorry, let me figure out where I'm going with this. Part of me is doubtful at times that I'm actually going to do it. But the truth is, I can't put up with this anymore. I can't keep living like this. I've been had chronic gut inflammation for minimum 6, maybe 10 years, maybe more. I don't, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, 6 years is where it got really prevalent and really, there's no escaping it, okay? Before that, I'm sure it's been longer. So anyway, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm going to make a change. I realized I have no money coming in, okay? And okay, that's not true. I have very, very, very little, very inconsistent money coming in. But I have an asset that I don't want to sell because I know it's going to be worth a lot more in the future, okay? But I realized, what's the point? What's the point of, if it's worth a lot more in the future, what's the point of that if I have no health, okay? I need health. If I have no health, what's the point of money? 2, maybe that's what that money's there for, or that asset is there for. And 3, I'm in pain on a regular basis, and life sucks in a lot of ways, and I have no energy, and I don't get much done, and it's a lot of ups and downs, but mainly just down. And I've been blessed with this opportunity. I don't have a lot of money, but I have this little asset. It's crypto, okay? And if I sell it, or some of it, I don't even need to sell all of it. If I sell some of it, I can commence my healing journey. So I'm very reluctant on some level to sell it, but at the same time, it's maybe it's an opportunity to show how serious I am about it. Plus, when you spend money, you tend to want to, generally, people tend to want to commit to something when they spend their hard-earned money on it, right? So there's that too. So it'll be, and the stakes are high. I'm investing most of what, it's a big thing to me. So anyway, I'm rambling, but yeah, it's time to heal. I'm done pretending. I'm done fucking around. I'm done being in pain every day because look, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. That's what I realized, and that's what I know that to be true. So it's not my fault. I've been brought into a world where the standard is suffering and feeding yourself terrible food and like destroying your body as a result, and people dying at a young age from disease. And if they do live a long life, they live a really shitty, unhealthy life, and they're in pain, and by the time they're 80 they can hardly walk anymore, and like that's not normal. I mean, it's normal because most people in the West tend to follow that, but the information is out there. You don't have to go down that path, and I'm choosing not to. I don't want to suffer. Not like that. I can't do that. Another thing I realize is how much of a blessing it is. Like, I've always thought I've been so sensitive and weak, and I get sick easily, and people, like, I get affected more. I get impacted more profoundly from the same thing that other people don't hardly notice anything. I get really sick. I realize that that's a blessing, because if I were to not be so sensitive to it, I would continue to do it to a rate that maybe a couple of decades would go by, maybe more, and then I develop this disease, and I'm like, oh shit, I wouldn't even know what caused it, maybe necessarily, but it would develop to such a degree that I wouldn't catch it until it's kind of too late, or I'm really far on. So I'm in a shitty situation, but it's really a blessing, because I feel it right now. I'm suffering a lot right now, and it's like it's a bright light saying, like, okay, it's time to do something. I mean, it's been on for the past decade, but now it's like it's louder, and it's like it's time to do something. So yeah, thanks for watching.